of 3 championship points.
And the winner is Wang Chuqin! What a great match from both. Thanks for... Oh wait. Uh-oh. It seems like Truls isn't happy about something and they are starting to argue. I wonder what was that for? Ah, I see. Truls was unhappy that the umpires did nothing to Wang Chuqin's illegal serves. Sorry to disappoint you, Truls, but your European friend and opponent, Simon Gauzy, begs to differ. See? He said that the players' serves are fine and the umpires have no idea what they are doing. He got many likes and so many others agree with him. So stop being a crybaby and go back to train your service receive skills, lol. I'm just joking. Please don't dislike this video and watch till the end to find out my true thoughts on this situation. Hello and welcome back to Golden Table Tennis, where we talk about table tennis, analyze players, and make match predictions. The WTT Star Contender Budapest 2022 has just ended and Wang Chuqin is the newly crowned champion. However, there seems to be some controversies during that match. Truls Moregard complained to the umpire that Wang's serves are illegal, but nothing has been done. At the end of the match, Truls even tried to start an argument with Wang. Some of the fans even said that Wang Chuqin cheated to win. He changed his service to a hook service which is hidden behind his head when he was trailing 2 game points against Truls. They said that Wang Chuqin cheated his way to victory and he is actually weaker than Truls in general. Truls lost a point when Wang served at 8-10. He then lost another point when Wang served again at 9-10. Thus the scores are tied back up at 10-0. At 11-10, Truls had another game point opportunity to take the overall score to 2-0, but the same story. He failed to read the serve, popped it up high for Wang Chuqin to kill it for the point, and eventually Wang Chuqin took the set 13-11 and take the overall score to 3-1. I understand why Truls is so upset, because it was such a crucial moment for him. He had 2 game points in the 4th set and had he taken it, the overall score will be tied and the match outcome may be completely different. Even so, is Truls Moregard reasonable to protest? Or is it just his desperate attempt to hide the fact that his service reading skills is horrible? To find out, we would have to rewatch the service of Wang. From this angle, it's really very hard to tell whether or not the serve is legal. However, this is how I interpret it. Truls pushed the ball with his bat angle tilted to 90 degrees. This proves that he had read the serve correctly and he knew it was topspin. I mean, if he didn't read the serve correctly, he wouldn't have his bat angle like that. He would have opened his bat angle more and the receive will be popped up high. Let's look at the earlier serve. You can see that he returned the serve with a loop going forward. It shows that he knew it was topspin. Otherwise, he would have lifted the ball and it would have gone out. The trouble he faced here was that he thought it was going to be a short ball and that's why he stepped into the table. By the time he realized that it was long and tried to recover, it was already too late and he had lost his balance. He read the spin but failed to read the length, so I am not sure why Truls would complain about the hidden serves. The third serve was however popped up very high, so maybe he really did have difficulty seeing the spin. I really don't know since it is almost impossible to tell from this angle. Let's try another angle. Even from this angle, I still can't tell whether it is hidden behind the head or not. But if you ask me, I think it looks like the ball is very close to Wang's head but should still be visible. We'll try to view it from the 45-degree angle later in the video. But right now, what do you guys think about this serve? Is it legal or not? One thing I do want to let you guys know is that a hook serve is meant to be a deceptive serve. This is because you can generate different spins using the same motion. Adding some disguise to it, it makes it even more difficult to read. Mima Ito and Mio Hirano had used this hook serve with maximum effect. A lot of players, including the Chinese, had difficulties reading those serves as well. So, are their serves illegal too? Even though I cannot tell whether Wang's hook serve is legal or not, I did however notice that it is the first time that Wang Chuqin used the hook serve in the entire match. Watch the full match and you'll see that he had never used this serve before this. Maybe that's why Truls and the fans were complaining. After various attempts of complaint, Wang Chuqin did however went back to his normal pendulum serve when he was leading 12-11. Maybe Wang was also scared that the umpire might fault him if he did it again. If he didn't serve illegally on purpose, he shouldn't be scared, right? Or is it just a strategy from Wang? Nobody will know.
Budapest
Even so, Truls wasn't just complaining about the hook serve, he also complained about the pendulum serve of Wang. But Wang has been serving like that ever since the start of the match, but why didn't he say anything? Even though I am still quite skeptical about Truls' motives, I still agree with him to some extent on this one. I have been observing Wang's serve for a long time now, and I had doubt whether it is legal or not. In fact, a lot of table tennis fans noticed this as well. I think Wang's service toss isn't 6 inches and he tossed it towards his body, but no umpire has ever taken any action. Finally, somebody did in the round of 16 match between Hugo Calderano and Wang Chuqin, but French top player Simon Gauzy commented and said that the umpires are not as good as the players and they do not know what they are doing. To Gauzy, the serves are fine and the umpires shouldn't interfere with the match. Truls said it was illegal and Gauzy said it was fine. So, who is right and who is wrong? Let's get to the bottom of this. In this match, both Wang and Hugo received a service warning from the chair umpire. Throughout the match, Hugo was faulted once on his service, whereas Wang Chuqin was faulted twice.
4-5.
Speaking of Hugo's serve being illegal, I have also noticed it for quite some time. Hugo removes his free arm very late when serving. He removes it only at the very last minute when he contacts the ball. The service rules clearly said that you cannot hide the ball with your body or arm during the serve. You must remove your free arm and body so that the receiver has full view of the ball throughout the entire serve process. Anyway, it is all just talking and accusing right now. Let's watch the match between Hugo and Wang to find out. First, let's find out what service warning was given to the players by the umpire, starting with Hugo.
Make sure ball is not hidden behind your head.
The umpire said that the serve was hidden behind the head of Hugo. Hugo didn't seem to agree with the umpire, but let's watch the serve again in slow-mo to find out whether the umpire is right. From this angle, it really does seem like the serve was hidden behind the head. Let's see the serve from another angle, again in slow-mo. The umpire has a point though. From here, you can see that the serve was hidden behind the head at one point during the serve, but was visible during the contact point. It's just weird that no more warning has been given to him and was allowed to play on. Just a little information for you guys, Ma Long was also faulted before for hiding the serve behind his head. The rule said that the ball must be visible at all times during the serve. It is still considered a fault even if the serve was visible upon contact, if you had hidden the serve with your arm or body during the serve. Now, let's see what was the problem with Wang's serves.
Let's make sure it's vertical enough, not sideways.
This was what I mentioned earlier. Wang's toss is not vertical. In slow-mo, the toss did in fact look like it was thrown towards the body. I'm glad the umpire spotted it. Do you guys think it is vertical or not? Earlier, I promised to rewatch Wang's hook serve from the 45-degree angle. Here you go. Wang was being faulted for the hook serve, and the reason was
8. Not high enough, not vertical.
nothing about the serve being hidden, Truls. Are you sure that Wang hit the serve, or is it just that you didn't read it properly? Let's see if the umpire is right. First things first. Is the serve vertical? Well, it definitely isn't straight, and it was definitely tossed towards the body. But I doubt whether or not it is diagonal enough to deserve a fault. The service rule said that the toss must be nearly vertical, but there was never a proper guideline to follow. How not vertical is considered a fault? 45 degrees? 30 degrees? Regardless, I do not agree with the umpire saying that the toss is not high enough. It is obviously more than 6 inches. The only reason why it looks like it is not high enough because Wang Chuqin's free hand follows the ball as it goes up. The rules never said that your free hand cannot follow up together with the toss. But I think I spot the main point. The serve was indeed hidden at one point. Watch closely. However, let's not jump into conclusions so fast. Let's see the serve from another angle. Aha! Did you guys see it? Let me show you again. It was indeed hidden. Truls was right all along. But wait! Simon Gauzy said the umpire were not good, right? The serves were fine, right? How can he explain this? Or maybe he was referring to Hugo? Let's see his serves then. Let's take a look at Hugo's fault service and what was the reason given for the fault.
4-2, hidden behind the head and behind the free arm.
The umpire has a point though. I already said that Hugo removes his free arm very late, and in this match, the ball was hidden behind the head on every serve. Seems like the umpire is doing a good job, so what is the fuss all about? How did the match caught the attention of even a professional player like Simon Gauzy to voice out? Any explanation, Gauzy? Because if you don't, I have a little conspiracy theory about your purpose. Did you guys know that Simon Gauzy and Hugo Calderano are best friends? If you didn't know before this, I will tell you now. They are actually the best of buddies. They train together and share the same coach. Simon Gauzy probably knows that the serve is illegal, or at least legal in his eyes. Or maybe he is just trying to find a lame excuse to defend his best friend Hugo Calderano for the loss. He might think that if the umpires didn't interfere, Hugo would have beaten Wang Chuqin. I'm sorry, Gauzy, but I cannot agree with you. First of all, the umpire was being very fair and given both players warnings and faults. Even so, Hugo still continued to serve like that. The ball is still hidden behind the head and the free arm removed at the very last minute. If I have to be honest, the umpire is already being very kind to only have faulted them a few times, even though both of them continued to serve illegally. Other than that, Hugo was only faulted once, whereas Wang Chuqin was faulted twice. He lost 2 points just from being faulted and Hugo only lost 1. So what is all the fuss about? Besides, the fault didn't even affect Hugo Calderano. Hugo was being faulted very early in the game. It wasn't really a crucial moment. If it was 9-8, questionable. But it's just 4-2. After being faulted, he still managed to come back and take the lead in the last set, whereas faulting Wang Chuqin when he was already trailing 2-1 and being faulted would mean that Hugo would take the lead. I would say it was even more crucial for Wang than it was for Hugo. Credits to Wang to be able to stay focused and eventually take the set. I doubt Simon Gauzy would have said anything if the player on court wasn't Hugo, but somebody else. Faults like this happen in a lot of matches, but he chose to comment on this one only. That being said, I do not hate Simon Gauzy in general. I really like him because his playstyle is very entertaining to watch. He is known as the French showman. It's only in this situation that I disagree with him, how he chose to defend his friend from doing something wrong. From this situation, I have 3 things to conclude. Number 1. The service rule has never really been properly implemented. Players don't follow it and umpires never take action. Then again, some of the rules are really not specifically listed out, which is why players can find loopholes from the rules and try to take any opportunity possible to serve to their advantage. Majority of the umpires do not fault players for serving. This is why players take it for granted and think that their service is fine. When they receive a fault, they will protest and said that they have been serving like that for a long time and nobody ever faulted him for it. Besides, from different angles, you get different view perspectives of the legality of the serve. From the umpire's position, their serve may be legal or illegal, but from the spectator's view, we might get another opinion. I think WTT should try to reintroduce the TTR review system like how they did in the 2019 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals. Somehow, the system was only used once and then never used again. Reintroducing it to the game may reduce all the controversies about serves. Number 2. People will never be satisfied no matter what the action was. When the umpires do not fault the player's serve, you get comments like this. When somebody finally calls fault on serves, you get these comments. What more does the fans want? As for the players themselves, some of them really like to cause trouble. Take this match for example. Mihai Bobosisa didn't remove his free hand when serving and got faulted, but he kept protesting and refused to continue to play. He said that he has been serving like that for a long time and nobody ever faulted him for it. Well, duh! Of course nobody did, because like all the fans said, none of the umpires are doing their job, right? He even requested for the head umpire to come to the court and resolve the issue. After that, the umpire never faulted him again. You see what I mean? Even with umpires, the players are still the boss, just by protesting and complaining, and they can get away with the illegal serve. So how do you expect the umpires to do their job properly? Sometimes I really pity the umpires because they are wrong no matter what their decision is. Number 3. Every match you get people complaining about the serves, but I wonder whether they really think that the serve was illegal, or is it just a desperate attempt to find fault in others? They just cannot accept the fact that they lost the match. Both the fans and players has this motive. For the fans, they always try to blame the loss of their favorite player on the opponent, said he served illegally. When their favorite player does it, they will just say that it is because the opponent has weak service receiving game and there is nothing wrong with the serves. Same goes for the players when they cannot receive a certain serve. They keep complaining that it was illegal. When they got faulted for serving, they will say that there's nothing wrong with their own serve. Truls did the same thing, to be honest. Wang Chuqin has been using the serve throughout the match, but you never see him complaining earlier. But at a crucial moment, he decides to protest, and doesn't he know that complaining will do him more harm than good? At the end of the day, umpire's decision is final. No matter how you protest, it won't change anything. It will just make your mental bad and lose focus. Truls might as well just continue playing without letting his emotion get the better of him. That way, he could have a better chance of winning. Who is right or wrong? Nobody will know. Everybody has a different opinion, but if you ask me, I think every party have some responsibility, be it the players, umpires, or the fans. It's a very subjective debate. At the end of the day, I think we should let the both players on court to decide. If both players are fine with it, then I guess they can move on without the interference of anyone else. What do you guys think? Was Wang Chuqin's serve legal or not? Or is it Truls' desperate attempt to find excuses for his loss? Did Simon Gauzy commented illogically just to defend Hugo? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. With that, I would like to conclude today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.